Hi, I'm Randi Fine, narcissistic abuse expert, coach to clients worldwide, the author of Close Encounters of the Worst Kind, the Narcissistic Abuse Survivor's Guide to Healing and Recovery, and Cliff Edge Road, a memoir, which tells the story of where I came from and why I do what I do today. Today I want to talk to you about boundaries because boundaries are confusing for those who have never set them. And if you grew up in a home with a narcissistic parent, there were no boundaries. So you really may not know what they look like. So I want to clear this up for you. Many people think that they can set a boundary by just telling the person what they do not want them to do. Well, any reasonable person would respond to that, but not a narcissist. When you set a boundary with a narcissist, there has to be a consequence for crossing that boundary. So when you first start setting boundaries with your abuser, you want to make sure that the consequences are soft. They're ones that you can follow through on. If you're not ready to leave the person or not ready to go no contact completely with the person, you don't want to threaten that. Because if they cross your boundary and you don't enforce it, you lose all credibility. So you want to make sure that your consequence is something you can follow through on. And as you go on, because they're going to keep crossing those boundaries, you can get harsher and harsher with the consequences. The goal is, and this sounds strange, I know, the goal is to make them afraid of you. They have to be afraid of you. They have to be afraid that they're going to lose something by continuing their behavior. But it's either them or you. Either they're going to be afraid of you or you're going to be afraid of them. So you might as well stand in your power, take it back, and state clearly what it is you will and will not tolerate. Sometimes it's easier to write it out or send it in an email because that way there's a record of it. You know the person has received it and you can really think it out. Sometimes when you're talking on your feet or talking on the phone or whatever face to face, you might get a little intimidated. So you can be a lot stronger in your message if you send it through an email. So that's what I want to tell you today. If you're going to set a boundary, really think this out. Really think about what bothers you and what you no longer wish to have done near you, behaviors that you no longer wish to accept. What I can tell you is that narcissists are boundary crossers. You're no good to them if they can't cross your boundaries. So this will work for a little while. And you may be able to deal with it for a little while. But eventually, it's not going to work anymore. And all your boundaries are going to fall down and you're going to have to do something that you may not have wanted to do. But the narcissist is in charge of that. They will drive that decision. So I want you to protect yourself. This is about protecting yourself. You can't heal from narcissistic abuse until you decide that you will do everything to protect yourself from toxicity. And that's going to be something that comes from self-love. And that's another video. We'll do that another time. For now, I'm going to say goodbye. My website is randifine.com. You can go there and access everything that I do. My email is loveyourlife@randifine.com if you want to contact me. And if you're interested in coaching for your narcissistic abuse issues, which I highly recommend, you can also go to that website, randifine.com. Go to Fine Coaching Counseling. Great to see you again. See you soon. Bye-bye.